What's up, welcome back, Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Bibi's second album, Eve Romance. Bibi has been around the last few years, releasing a bunch of singles and whatnot since that first album came out back in 2022. So many singles, in fact, that of Eve Romance's 14 tracks, only 6 of them are actually new and haven't been heard before. That being said, it is great that this is an actual full-length K-pop album because those things increasingly do not exist as we just get EP after EP when it comes to new music. And Bibi has been someone who's always interested, or at least intrigued me, because she is a, true soloist and always has been. And also, due to just her label situation, seems to just kind of do her own thing and is really involved in her own artistry, which is pretty cool. She co-wrote and co-produced every song on this album, which is awesome. She's about to embark on her first world tour as well, and actually she was coming to Boston, but I'm going to be away when she's here. A bit of a bummer for me. I totally would have went. That being said, 14 songs, 6 of which are new. Bibi's second album, Eve Romance, is very much an R&B record. Very vibey production, lots of synths, some jazz from time to time, steady drums. Largely, it's pretty down-tempo, and when you actually get the more up-tempo moments on songs like Sugar Rush, the album really wakes up. But ultimately, I think it's more of a mood piece. Bibi as a vocalist, not this amazing, high-range singer by any means, but the type of understated central R&B that she's doing on this album does work pretty well. And I do find the production varied and layered enough to help the album not get into a samey pattern. There's just a lot of great touches with the mixing, with the use of background vocals from time to time. I think it's a really pleasant listen and flows pretty well. The first track, Apocalypse, you have these synths almost giving like a underwater type vibe, and then the song kind of picks back up when the bass drops. The second song, Hongdae R&B, has I think a really groovy chorus, nice combination of keys with some snares. Meat, very jazzy. I mean, there's literally a saxophone solo on this song, also nice guitar. Silky vocals from Bibi. I like this one. Pigma Girl, you have more up-tempo drums than you had to that point. I think the vocals, though, are kind of interesting, more like a spoken word style delivery from Bibi. Scott and Zelda, you have these almost like digital chime sounds popping in. Sugar Rush, though, as I mentioned, I think one of the highlights of the album for sure. The 808s are really hitting on this, and Bibi's giving you a lot of attitude and confidence. I think the chorus and the lyricism in general is pretty clever. And yeah, I think this is the closest this album gets to a traditional K-pop banger, as you would say. But really, this is an R&B record, so a moment like this, where Bibi is a bit more cocky, it really stands out as a result. The next song, Dare, as you say it, I think this really good synths again, a bit more up-tempo. Burn It, I think this is a really great duet featuring K-pop soloist Dean. I thought his singing was tremendous, honestly, and a nice brief, switch up from Bibi's vocals is because of the different types of singers, the way they go about the music here. Real Man, another curious one. Jazzy production for sure, but then you have these distorted, static-y vocals. Midnight Cruise, another one of the highlights for me. I think the singing from Bibi is excellent, probably her best singing on the album. I love when she goes into that higher register and the song just kind of feels bigger and grander. You have this doubling from these background vocals with Bibi. I think it sounds really good, and it's excellently made. Bam Yang Gang, one of the singles from over a year ago. Interestingly, you have these marching band style snares along with some piano. Again, this production is kind of all over the place. Hongdae Gangwon, you have these snaps, piano, kick drum. Also some of the best singing from Bibi on that one. I really just like the song progression on that song as it goes. Bluebird, a bit of a slower, more acoustic track. Same thing with Winter, the final one. So yeah, it's I think Bibi, she's obviously going for something that's a bit more artistic, more of a cohesive album feel. And despite the fact that the production is pretty varied, I think it all feels pretty congruous as an album. And that's great because we just don't say that about a lot of K-pop music. It certainly comes across as artistic. It does not come across as manufactured. And I think that's pretty cool. Let me know, though, what you think of Bibi's second album, Eve Romance. What was your favorite song? And for more music reviews, more K-pop reviews, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.